Okay, I'm back on another car chat while I take my son to therapy. Everyone keeps asking me what I think it is that caused his regressive autism, where it was like overnight that it seemed like a light switch flipped off in his brain. It is really hard for me to make that assumption. I don't have a medical background, I have a business background, but in my mind, the more that I've researched, the more that I make slideshows for his account on Instagram to kind of educate people of what could have happened. It's really interesting. And I was looking at this post-mortem, so like they took passed away individuals or unalive individuals, and they autopsied them, and they checked for like certain markers to see if there was inflammation in their brain. And the majority of them, in like the abstract summary notes of like the study, said like a vast majority of them did show those markers. Very few did not, that were diagnosed with autism. Now, as you guys know, autism is this like huge range, it's this huge spectrum, hence why it's called autism spectrum disorder. Anyways, the spectrum being so wide, it made me think, okay, well then obviously like, and it's known fact, it's heterogeneous, which means that there are a bunch of different root causes of it. And so in my mind, I think it all relates to inflammation in the brain. Like imagine like the most high functioning autistic person that you know, what if their brain at some point had some sort of inflammation when they were younger during their key social years? Like what if they were playing basketball and they got a concussion and there was inflammation in their brain, like when people are learning like sarcasm, right? And so now they're high functioning, however, like they truly cannot read like certain facial cues, they can't understand certain levels of sarcasm. Okay, that's one example. Now let's say my son, who was injured, and we think it was a chemical injury, and we think that his brain is still inflamed. He's nonverbal, he can't talk to us. It looks very hard for him to focus. Like it just seems super hard for him. So we're worried that maybe there's still inflammation in his brain, and that's making it, and we don't even know, it could be painful. Like for example, our son had like an infected toe that probably went undetected for over a week because he couldn't indicate or tell us, like he can't even point. Like he realistically, we cannot count on him pointing as a functional like way of communicating yet. He barely can even like do this like motor skill wise, which he used to be able to do. He used to be able to wave, say hello, say, like mama, dada. He used to do all these things and now he can't. And it's like a true struggle. He'll see something and he's trying so hard, and it's almost like speech aproxia, like he can't say it. And so we're just worried, like, okay, what if there is inflammation in the brain? Can we help him be more comfortable? People are like, oh, you're trying to cure autism. No, we don't care if he was quirky. We don't care about anything other than, one, he's not potty trained. So whenever we go anywhere, because we're working individuals, we have to pay for insurance to pay for the therapy so that he can thrive in the world around him, and so that he gets all the sensory stuff, so that he's accommodated for it. We are trying so hard to financially afford that, but we have to work. So that means strangers are around him. He is not potty trained. At this rate, they said he probably won't potty train. He will probably be in adult diapers. He will not socially know at this point in time or comprehend that people should not be touching him in an inappropriate way, and he is nonverbal. He cannot communicate to me if someone did that. So one, he wouldn't even understand that it was wrong, and two, he couldn't even tell his parents, who are supposed to protect him while they're away at work, that someone could assault him. That's wrong. That is not something that we should just accept, especially when I'm on my deathbed. The number one thing that I will be worried about is my son living longer and then having the chance of someone assaulting him, and I won't be around to protect him. That's my number one worry. That keeps me up every hour of the fucking night, okay? I'm sorry these videos are so long, but God help me.